Alright, so we have a bit of a problem here. We're going to have to try and rescue King Stannis himself because he has decided to be a little, well, outnumbered perhaps. I don't exactly know what happened. I just know that someone mentioned in the comments section of the previous video that he got taken prisoner. And I actually missed this because he, well, a few seconds later decided not to give us our fief that we were hoping to get, which was obviously Tumbleton. Haha. Yes, anyway, welcome back to A Clash of Kings, Reformers. We're going to be attempting to sneak into this town. Oh, there we go. We actually did it. Fantastic. And now we are going to take a walk around the streets. Now, I have, in the past, attempted to do things like this, where I have snuck in to a particular town, and that town has proven to be extremely difficult to, what? Okay, that's kind of weird. I can actually hire that guy. Anyway, extremely difficult to find the prisoner tower. I don't exactly know why that would be the case, because you would think that it would be pretty easy to find most of the time, because there's usually a guard right outside, and it's going to be pretty obvious, you know? It's going to be pretty obvious where the guy is. This is Maidenpool, by the way. And I gotta say, I've attempted to prison break another guy from another town, and I just could not find the prison tower. I don't know why. I don't know why that would be, because, as I say, it seems pretty obvious most of the time. There's usually a guard outside, and you can usually tell from a pretty far distance away where he actually is. But in this case, I might not be able to find anything because it is such a large environment. Ah, is this him? He seems to be standing next to some stables. No, that is actually him. This does not look like a dungeon gate, in my opinion. Oh well, whatever the case, I will be speaking to him. I want to speak with the prisoner. Come on, now I thought you were the boss here. Give me the keys to the cell now. I'm going to stab you. Yes, I'm going to stab you and then murder you. There we are. You got the keys to the dungeon. Alright, let's go in and see if we can retrieve our friend, Mr. Oh, yes. Mr. Stannis, are you here? He's like, oh no, please, Elias, don't find me. He's going to play hide and seek now, isn't he? Or something like that. Oh, there he is. Hello. And we also have someone else, Mr. Swan. Alright, so I've come to get you out of here. Thank the heavens, I don't know how long I could have lasted in here. Probably quite a long while, let's face it. You're quite a beast, aren't you? Anyway, I'll need you to grab a weapon and help me despite your weakness. Personally, I don't think I need any assistance, so I'm perfectly happy to have him stay behind. And, look at King Stannis. Look at how nice he is. He actually wants this guy to come along with us too. And I believe, isn't this someone from the Reach? I'm actually unsure about that. Maybe. Anyway. Yeah, you stay behind, stay behind and stay out of the fighting as well. I think I'll be able to defend both of them reasonably easily if I have my own gear. I think I do get my own gear when we go back outside. Yes, I do. There we go. All right. So these guys are just going to stand there. Whoa, Stannis looks very cool in his armor. I need some of that armor. That sounds like a good plan to me. Anyway, I have my cleaver. I have my amazing weapon. Someone actually told me that there's an alternate way that you can fight with this. You can press X, apparently. I don't think that that's the case. It doesn't seem to be really doing much for me, unfortunately. It doesn't seem like there's an alternate way that you can use it. Maybe there's a different weapon that is actually, you know, going to give you that option. So yeah, it's kind of a shame that I don't have any way of doing that, but it's okay. It's okay. We're going to do our damage here. Try and eliminate these guys. Go for the face. And yes, I will hopefully not kill my own companions. There we go. All right. So did we do it? Did we do it? I think we might have. It seems like we have some more enemies along the way, though, so I'm going to get out my two-handed warhammer and go to town on them, because they're probably going to block a little bit, you know, here and there, and we should probably just try and make sure that we are good. Oh, wow, okay, I was actually clicking, and it skipped some of the conversation, but that's okay. That's absolutely fine, because as you can see, we have now gained some honor, and everyone loves us because we have freed Stannis. And there we go. Okay, that's fantastic. And now we have Mr. Swan, and no, he's actually part of our faction. Fantastic. Okay, great. I get mixed up, you know. I get mixed up very easily. Anyway, there we are. And we can now go back to the countryside. Now, I am pleased to say that someone in the comments gave me a really good tip, and the tip was that there is always a slave trader in Tyrosh, as it appears as though in A Clash of Kings 7.0, 7.1, there are static positions for companions as well as slave traders. So that's actually really awesome, because that means that I can basically just go from the Weeping Town on a boat all the way over to Tyrosh, and then we can just sell our prisoners here. And I've been doing that a little bit of time. As you can see, for 15 prisoners, we're getting 2,500. That's pretty awesome. That's a pretty decent amount that you're going to be getting. And there is a companion here too. So we're going to try and get him. He is an archer, so I'm not a big fan of that, because obviously we are not going to be able to outfit him in the best possible stuff, which is probably going to be a bit of a shame, to be honest, but I guess it's okay to have another ranged unit. Well, we have a pretty amazing bargain on our hands right here, because obviously, as you know, Mace was pretty easy to take prisoner, and I'm kind of surprised about that in general, but 8,400 coins for his ransom is fantastic, and I will be taking that, thank you very much. Now, I've just been waiting here for some time because some of my forces had leveled up, and I wanted to kind of just get them rounded out in terms of their HP, so we're just going to level them up a little bit more here, and then we're going to be taking a whole bunch of units from the garrison. You may see that I actually don't have that much money in my inventory right now, because I have just purchased another Weavery and Dye Works at Sunspear. That's it, Sunspear, yeah. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to take these household guards. They are utterly fantastic. They're very, very good, and we'll also take some mounted sergeants as well, and some of these, and I think that is pretty good. And as you can see, we still have this many in the garrison. So if I want to spend that time, which I think I might, another 2 journeys, I think. I'll go for another 2 journeys, because as you can see, Weeping Town to Tyrosh is literally just a stone's throw away. I gotta say, I'm actually kind of a bit weirded out by what this guy is doing, because he's actually from the Westerlands, and he has decided to attack us while we are attacking a Reach thief. And I'm attempting to take Highgarden right now, by the way. So I actually thought to myself, yes, Highgarden seems like the next best target for us to go for, because it's right next to Starpike, which has actually just now been besieged once again by a vassal of the Reach. So obviously that's not very good, but there's not much I can do about it when we have begun our construction, because ladders take, well, with my current engineering skill, it is 28 hours. And yeah, apparently a couple of people in the comments have also agreed on the fact that the ratio of the engineering skill is just not that good. So basically, it doesn't even matter whether you have an engineer or not, because it basically doesn't make any difference. Anyway, we are going to try and win. We are outnumbered, and pretty significantly so, actually, because as you can see, they have a wide variety of cavalry. This is a cool battlefield once again. I gotta say, the battlefields are always impressive. Just the engineering skill, not so much. Anyway, we're gonna try and see what we can do here. I'm not gonna put them into shield wall formation, because they don't have shields. They literally do not have shields. Most of them don't anyway, so it's not really gonna make much difference if I give them that order or not. It's much better for them to just go full offense, and we'll see how we do. I just don't really want to get lanced in the face. That's my main concern at the moment. And maybe just try and take them off their horses and things like that. Because as you can see, the enemy is not really capable of catching up to their cavalry, who has, well, kind of jumped the gun a little bit. They've kind of gone a little bit too far in, but they are seemingly doing an okay job, because obviously they are Westerlander Knights. And you would expect them to do a very good job, considering they are well armored. They should be pretty well statted as well. I obviously have no idea about the Westerlands Knights, but they should be pretty good. So, you know, it's going to be one of those times when we may end up losing quite a few units, but, you know, that is a price to pay for waging war and indeed defending against a weird interloping vassal of the Westerlands. Not entirely sure why they decided to do this, as I said, but I guess if they want to fight, we'll give them a fight. Well, my horse is just about to go down, so what better way than to try out my two-handed warhammer. Please do not kill my horsey. I would much appreciate it if you did not do that. Thank you very much. And as a result, I will give you a lovely gift in the form of a two-handed warhammer blow to the face. I guess that will be their reward for that. Anyway, yeah. Wait. Is my horse still alive? Yeah, I think it is still alive. Oh well. Whatever the case, I'm sure it's somewhere. And otherwise, we will be victorious here, I believe. We have taken quite some significant casualties, but nothing to really write home about. But we are going to then be at a pretty considerable deficit for when we actually head into Highgarden. I have obviously no idea how long we have on the siege equipment being built, but I'm hopeful that it will not be more than maybe 10 hours, hopefully. Alright, 13 renown, not too bad, and most of our people that actually did get wounded were companions, so I'm actually a little bit relieved now, because I thought to myself, oh no, if we lose a huge amount of household guards or something, then we might actually have some difficulties. Anyway, thankfully, Elias was able to pull his weight somewhat. He was able to get 41, 22 kills, 19 wounded, obviously. 162 were eliminated in total. And I'm actually going to be taking this guy prisoner. As I've said, I'm going to try and take people prisoner as much as possible until I have a pretty decent business empire sort of going on. And then we'll see how we go from there. Anyway, I'm not going to be taking any prisoners here because I'm thinking that we're probably going to gain quite a lot from the Reach. And these guys, while they are veteran man-at-arms, they're probably not going to sell for a huge amount at the ransom broker. Whereas in comparison, we are going to have a pretty significant amount of higher tier Reach units that we should be able to utilize. So as you can see right here, they have how many? They have elite pikemen, they have some heavy knights, they have some regular knights, and they have some mounted units. And they also have Sir Lomas Estamont in here, who is certainly going to need rescuing. So, yes, it is another 13 hours. We might have a slight kink in the works. This is bad. Okay, so 164 against 301. And obviously, Sir Garland is trying to avenge Mace, because we kind of humiliated Mace by taking him prisoner in a previous episode. So, this is not good. This is not good. I am kind of a bit... they're kind of grinding my gears with this. Because I would very much like, if at all possible, to just take this and then have the opportunity to take all of those vassals in the garrison prisoner. That was the main, also one of the main reasons why I decided to head in here and see what we could do, because literally, if I have that opportunity to take all of those prisoner, just imagine how much money that is. Because if we say that the average ransom is about 3,000 and we get to take Mace prisoner again as well, and he's obviously going to be giving us about, I don't know, probably from 7 to 9,000 or something like that. So, you know, we say he gives us like, I don't know, 8,000 average, and then the rest give us like 3 average, and there's like how many? I don't know, 7 vassals in there or something like that. So that's like, I don't know, 3,000. Actually, no, not 3,000. 35,000 in cash. That's obviously if I get the ideal situation and I get every single unit possible potentially taken prisoner. That is the ideal situation. So 35,000 potentially from just these ransoms, and that's it. And then if you think about the additional ransoms that we're obviously going to be getting for, you know, capturing the other regular units, so you think about maybe we'll get maybe 4,000 for a whole batch of knights if we actually knock them unconscious, which is unlikely at this time because I am using my cleaver right here, because I am just wanting to eliminate as many people as possible and hopefully not get them to come back. I will try and knock some of them unconscious though, and I'm just going to try and search around. Search and destroy. Yeah, let's try and search and destroy some of these guys. There we go, there's one. Never mind, he got himself taken out. That was not very good. Hello. Yes, veteran, elite. That's decent enough. Oh, there's a knight. Yes, there we go. That's what we like to see. Even if I can just get a couple of those guys, they're probably going to really pay us to do that. So it's a pretty good idea. And then we have a number of extra knights coming in here too. I hit him for 50. That was not enough. You'd think that 9 power strike would be enough to take these guys out, even with a regular hit, but apparently not. See if we can take this guy down. Ooh, that was close. Okay, did you see that? I was almost skewered on the end of that lance. That would have been pretty painful. Alright, I'm actually just going to tell my people to hold position once again. We're just going to tell them to kind of regroup in the area, because I really don't want them to be kind of split up and kind of fragmented, so to speak. And then we're going to tell them to charge in once again, because obviously we are kind of sitting ducks if we just allow them to stand there and do nothing while the enemy picks us apart with their various lances and things. And we are actually knocking so many of these heavy knights unconscious right now, which is really good. I mean, apart from the fact that getting ransom money is a fantastic way of gaining cash, and obviously, you know, selling them to the slave trader and so on, apart from that, we're also eliminating some extremely high-tiered units that potentially would cause our units a bit of a headache. So that will obviously help us in the long run too, to hopefully win this battle. I feel like I'm fighting with not many units at all. I feel like I literally have about 20 units surrounding me, but it seems like, as you can see from them running over from there, they seem to be a bit split up. And, well, suffice it to say, they probably got baited into running over there by one cavalry unit that they wanted to eliminate. That's probably what happened. Anyway, let's just eliminate that knight. Let's get another knight dead here as well. There we go. And now we will get ourselves into a nice little line here and just try and murder anyone that comes over to us. Just tell everyone to hold position for the moment, and maybe... I really wanted to use my thrusting attack with my weapon right there, because that really would have stopped him in his tracks. But it seems like we don't really need to, as you can see. Any of these mounted units, any of these guys with horses, they're going to sell for a decent amount. Let's charge at the remaining units and see if we can take them out. As you can see, though, we have only done about 130 kills worth of damage to the opponent. And I'm actually kind of surprised at that. I thought that we had been fighting tooth and nail to basically get these guys down. And it seems like it's just taking a very long time indeed to get these guys eliminated. I suppose it's because they just charged in their cavalry for the most part. And once we have gotten through their heavier units, you know, their harder to kill units, then we're going to be in a much better situation, and we'll start seeing a lot more kills coming in. Now we're getting to a little bit of a tactical disadvantage for our forces right here. As you can see, I've actually switched to my shield because we do have a number of archers across the water right there, and well, they're going to prove quite difficult for us to get to because we have to wade through this water. We are almost at the very edge. As you can see, we're actually starting to lose a couple of people from the crossbowmen, but we have to wade through this water, and we are almost at the edge of the enemy's spawn area, which is actually kind of, well, a bit bad for us, to be honest. A bit bad, because while we are going to be, I think, okay getting ourselves across here. Wow, these household guards are so incredibly good. Wow. You know, if you're playing alongside me and you're doing exactly the same thing that I am, or if you are a vassal of Stannis, or in general, if you're using Dragonstone units, I'd highly recommend checking out the household guards, even though they may not be a match for Iron Islands or any other stronger infantry. They seem pretty good to me. They're wearing some pretty heavy armor. They have amazing, massive two-handed swords, which are capable of doing some pretty nice damage with good reach. Obviously, they're not the best in sieges as a result of that reach, but you could see that there was a whole band of them running after those archers. And, well, those archers will certainly be having many nightmares about those guys for hopefully a couple of nights at least. Anyway, there you go. We actually did have 13 kills for our forces, and 25 were wounded, so our surgeon is doing a fantastic job, so that's pretty good. Otherwise, we did eliminate 301 total. Elias was able to kill 77, or eliminate 77, that is, and that was it. Okay, so, oh, wow, that was it? I actually thought that we hadn't eliminated all of them at all. Wow. Okay, so they are actually managing to escape, which is unfortunate. I will be taking this guy prisoner, even though he's got 51 relation with us, which is pretty amazing, but as I've said, my way to go is for the moment to take these guys prisoner and to try and get as much money from ransoms as possible. Did you see how many vassals were actually in there? That is crazy. There was like, what, 9 or something like that? Wow, that's got to be a bit embarrassing for them to lose against one guy, you know, i.e. us, you know, because we're obviously one guy technically. Anyway, let's see if there's anything here that I can really take. The loot is not actually that profitable, to be honest. Anyway, let's see. Oh, are these guys going to want to attack me as well? How many people do I have available for battle? I have 126. It should be enough because, as you can see, this is about to be finished in 1 hour. And there it is. Okay. So we are basically going to have to go in with 126, and we're going to have to see how this is, because I obviously don't know what this layout is like. It seems okay so far, actually. Maybe. It's giving the crossbowmen a very good vantage point. I mean, they're basically just shooting through the turrets over there, so it shouldn't really make too much difference, but who knows. Oh, there's actually a double wall. They have a double wall layout right here, so that's... that could prove a bit tricky for us. But hopefully, as long as I don't get pushed off the ladder, I shouldn't take any damage from them as long as my shield is up. And then we can maybe make our way around and see what we can do about working behind enemy lines. Oh, this is actually a lot worse than I thought. For us, that is. Well, as I said, household guards usually have some very good armor, so hopefully they will prove themselves in this particular bout. And we'll see if the siege actually goes in our favor. At the moment, it's actually going very, very well, because we are able to push through pretty easily. And I can use my cleaver ahead here as well, because mostly we're dealing with crossbowmen. Basically, I'm just trying to get past all of these guys, just to kind of block off any enemies that really want to try and stop us from charging forward. And I'm going to try and take out that guy as well, because he's going to be a bit of a nuisance. And that one. Yes. Okay, I'm taking damage. This is obviously not good. If I take damage, it's okay, though, because obviously a Clash of Kings does have the wonderful ability to transport you into another unit in your army, which is just great. I think that that's a fantastic feature and should probably be in every mod, to be honest, because if you can imagine, you know, having that feature in a mod like Warsword Conquest or something where you have extremely powerful units, and imagine transporting yourself into like, I don't even know, a demon of corn, perhaps, you know, something like that, you know, that would be amazing and really fun to do. But well, maybe it's more difficult to implement than I anticipate, and you know, maybe that's a thing. Anyway, let's see if we can. Oh wow, this is these are a lot of vanguards right here. Where's my guys? Okay, they're being a bit weird by only using the left wall to walk along, which is, as you can see, kind of strange. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing there. Okay, they might actually be a bit stuck. I'm not sure yet. I hope they are not stuck. They might be thinking that there's enemies on one side or something like that, and I might need to tell them to follow me if they don't come this way by themselves. But we are going to get shot by a variety of different sources here. Are my forces? Yeah, my forces are actually coming through, so that's fantastic. Got to be a bit careful here. I really don't want Elias to die in this situation. I think in this situation, if he dies, it's going to be pretty... Oh, hello. It is going to be pretty bad. Let's just say that. Okay, I'm just going to try and... Yeah, I'm just going to try and get, like, all the way on the other side here, so that I don't have to really worry about being shot from behind. But obviously, if I'm shot from the front, then I can't really do much about it. Ow. Are you serious? I really just took 3 damage because I lowered my shield too early? Great. Good work. Good work, me. Okay, there we go. My forces are now up on the battlements, which is fantastic. And now I don't have to worry about being shot in the back anymore, which is even better. But we are now receiving many, many enemy reinforcements from down in the courtyard, so it might be painful to go down there. Ooh, I don't know whether you can see that, but there's actually already a Dragonstone unit over there fighting the various crossbowmen. Do you think he's going to survive? I don't think so, personally. I think he's probably going to die relatively soon because he is being beaten on speed, mostly, and that is obviously not very good. But let's just watch him for a little bit longer and see if he survives just that little bit longer for us to actually help him. I'd like to get over there and help him as quickly as possible, so I'm actually going to rush over to him because he is being so incredibly brave, or stupid, either one. You know, we know how it is. Ah, he managed to get himself killed right there. If only he had just moved back a little bit, I would have been able to help him. Oh well, never mind. He was only knocked unconscious, so he's not going to be, you know, he's not going to be dead, at least. So his bravery will be remembered, and we will congratulate him later in the camp. And we'll say to him, good work. Here's a cupcake. Don't worry about it. And then he's going to be like, oh, thank you very much. And then he's going to be even better next time. Don't worry about it. It's going to be great. Anyway, thankfully, this seems to be the end of the High Garden siege. I'm pretty happy about that because I was obviously a bit worried with so many vassals being in here. But thankfully, we were able to pull it off, thanks to our amazing household guards. I think that they are, in general, the main reason why we are really able to do so much here at this time, because without them, I think we would have some difficulties. Anyway, let's see how many vassals we get to take prisoner. Okay, so we got 9 renown for that victory. Only 169 were actually even in the castle. And we killed 58 ourselves, so that's pretty good. Okay, so we got Mace. Okay, I can understand him escaping because obviously we did take him prisoner previously, so it's not a big deal. Anyway, 1. Okay, there's 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, never mind. This is our guy that we're actually rescuing here. Okay, so there were 4 vassals in there. I actually thought there were a lot more, but I suppose that they actually escaped ahead of us actually getting in there. So that's kind of a shame, but what can you do? Anyway, let us leave. That's actually a pretty nice piece of armor. I'll take it. We're not going to request High Garden, thank you very much. And we are now going to be besieged by the Reach, obviously. Personally, I don't mind this because this guy has only 33. This guy has 163. I should be able to defend here relatively easily. And there it is. Look at that. That is a pretty nice chunk of the Reach that we now have, and we are advancing pretty well, to be honest. And oh, look at that. Grassfield Keep was actually taken because it was actually under control of the Westerlands, and it had about 140 units in the garrison. So me, obviously, I'm going to be like, okay, I'd rather not go in there and try and take it because it's 142. And, you know, I think it's a siege tower. I'm actually unsure about that. But anyway, someone decided to take it. I believe it was one of the Swans. I think he decided to take that, so that was pretty amazing. And I'm just going to take a look around here just to see and show you what's actually going on with the rest of the map. There doesn't seem to be much happening in the north for the most part. It seems like the north is actually kind of untouched for the moment. I think it's mostly because the Westerlands are kind of dealing with Dragonstone being so overwhelming for them, and they're, well, we technically haven't even done anything to them at the moment, but now that we have additional relation with Stannis, I'm gonna attempt, this is actually a suggestion from one of you in the comments as well, I will be attempting to suggest to him to take King's Landing, and we will see whether he comes with us, and we will see whether, you know, a bunch of other vassals come along with us as well, but who knows? Maybe we'll be able to take it, which would be a pretty fun idea. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.